Okay, first I think I will start from my explanation, and I want to share you with my experience. I was in Ukraine during the first 2 months of the war, in end of February 2022, March and April 2022. So it was only 2 months, but also I will share about the case. I will talk about the cases of other people with whom I communicate, with whom I communicate now, with whom I communicated during the last year. And I want just to share just little emotions of the people, and want to try to give you understanding how is it to be in the country, to be in the society that live during the war. In emotional sense, it's absolutely impossible to image for yourself what war is it in real life. War started for me on the morning 5 a.m. 24th of February. I woke up from explosions and air alarm system, the sound of siren, and these sounds still be in my head last 1 year. Sometimes I wake up with this sound. It's completely surrealistical and terrible sound of long siren, really loud sound of siren. Everybody understood that their life changed. In the evening of the first day, I was looking on the window and the city was totally dark. Any sounds, any lights. And I was looking on the window and the dormitory was also empty. And I heard a lot of shooting, a lot of explosions. I saw just these realistic, clear nights without any sounds of the city, without any usual sounds of the city, and I heard only sounds of the war. And it was quite surrealistic. Surrealism which turned on reality. That was the first month of the war. Of course, it's really interesting to talk about emotional part, about people who lost everything. These people who was under artillery shooting, rocket attack, aircraft bombing, ships artillery bombing, they saw incredible things which is impossible imagine by normal human brain. They saw the death, they saw a lot of death, they saw how people died, they saw how people just distracted in different parts, how hands flied out in 30 meters and person just died. And a lot of these people, they lose their minds. They had everything. They had flats, houses, job, friends in the city. But during 1 month or even 1 day, they lost everything. People who was under artillery shooting or who was on the epicenter of military actions, they had post-traumatic syndrome, contusions, and they just can't be normal people anymore. They can't turn on to the normal condition. It's impossible for them in sense of mental health and mental situation. We were the normal, absolutely normal people. We wanted to live in peace. But when war started, the aggression, the militarism turned on the reality. And now people ready to kill another people. the people who was school teachers, human activists, office workers, waiters in the restaurant, they start go to the army. Of course, we have to protect our country, but these persons who lived just by the normal life, their life changed for the rest of their life. And there is the rule in Ukraine now: never ask the soldiers how is the kill the persons, because it's hard. It's really hard to kill another person, but we have to do it now. All Ukrainians ready to kill. That was the war do with Ukrainian society from sociological point of view. I think it's important to talk about it, about the point of hate. War produced incredible hate to Russian people, and I would say so that every Ukrainian has relative in Russia, because we was connected by history, by culture, and so on and so on. But now everybody in Ukraine refused from their relatives. We don't have any more relatives in Russia. A lot of people in Ukraine talking that they are ready to kill Russians, that they would destroy Russia at all, that they would see destroyed Russia, that they would see all Russians death. The good Russian is the death Russian. It's one of the laws in contemporary Ukraine. This point of hate, we have to understand that hate always produces only hate. And that's what war doing with society. That's what war doing with people. I would ask you, try to understand refugees. Don't hate them, even if they do some crazy stuff. They start living in absolutely other countries for them, and they were displaced by force. And for these people, and it's not only about war in Ukraine, I think it's also relevant for people from Syria and so other persons. It's really hard to, in emotional sense, to live in the other country. A lot of them missed their friends, their relatives, with whom they can't communicate anymore in different reasons, because their relatives could be killed or something like that. Try to help them, and I'm not talking about helping by money or by just goods. Try to integrate these people in community, to give them chances, try to give them hope that they can continue their life, their normal human life, without surrealism of war.
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. was looking to belong when I'd already found my home. Won't be long, I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms, a place I call my home. I was looking to belong when I already found my